Hey there, everyone. We will get started here momentarily. Just want to let a couple more people join us on this Facebook Live and also streaming live to YouTube. We are talking about winter weather and a more impactful snowfall than we have seen for most of this season so far. We had a little bit of snow, of course, last week for that Thanksgiving holiday. This one's going to be a little bit more significant. We have winter weather advisories for the majority of the area. If your counties are not under a winter weather advisory, you're still going to see snow. It's a little bit interesting to see how the National Weather Service offices have pieced together some of these advisories. We don't have one in Shiawassee. We also don't have a couple as you go further to the north of US 10. But overall, we're all going to see impactful snowfall. And with the winter weather advisory, that is through tomorrow morning into the afternoon, and that'll be for a few inches of snow. Wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour and very low visibility at times expected as the snow continues to ramp up. We also have one county here in mid-Michigan under a winter storm warning. That is Roscommon County. That is for several inches of snowfall. Some spots in Roscommon County could see 6+ inches of snow courtesy of this system and also lake effect. And we've also got the strong winds, low visibility at times, cruising on through as well. Jonathan, welcome. Appreciate you joining us here on this live stream. We are talking about snowfall amounts now after getting through those alerts. We've got about 1 to 2, maybe as much as 3 inches of snow expected here across our southern communities. So across Interstate 69, you can take in some of those numbers. You might be able to see your community or a community next to you to get an idea of the snowfall amounts. But in general, 1 to 2 inches expected across Interstate 69. As you get into Lapeer County, maybe as much as 3 inches of snowfall. Then we jump into the thumb, 2 to 4, 3 to 6, a possibility as a small low. We talked about this at times. It's called a meso low, so a mesoscale low pressure system, very small low that is going to develop in some of these heavier snow showers and snow bands, and that could enhance the snowfall here across the thumb and allow for the snow to continue on a little bit later than what we are expecting yesterday. That's going to give us these higher snowfall totals, 2 to 4, Kingston towards Seaboing, Cass City 3 to 6, Bad Axe 3 to 6, Minden 3 to 6, Sandusky 3 to 6, 3 to 6 in Sanilac. Does not mean you are going to get half of a foot. Remember, these are ranges, so you might get 4, your neighbor to the north might get 5, your neighbor to the south might get 3. We talk about these ranges because we're not able to give specific snowfall numbers with how intricate some of these bands of snow are able to set up in these events. But overall, in general, the thumb will see about 2 to 6 inches of snowfall, with some spots a little bit less, some spots maybe a little bit more, but we will see some of the heaviest snow in our area happening here into the thumb. In our central communities, a general 1 to 2 inches expected as well. Might see up to 3 inches of snowfall. But as you get closer to US 127, we're talking about 2 to 4, maybe over towards the Broomfield area. Just had that update. Not sure why. It says 1 to 3. Should be 2 to 4. But we'll go with it. General 1 to 3 inches, just like Interstate 69, expected here across the central communities. What is the difference between a warning and an advisory? So a warning is usually, and in the case that we are talking about the snowfall right now, for those higher end snowfall totals and the more significant impacts as the snow will last a little bit longer as opposed to this quick hitting snow that we saw on the thumb. That snow will end as we get into the morning hours. And then we are talking about that snow in Roscommon County lingering a little bit longer than the rest of the area because of the lake effect that will happen behind this cold front. As we jump into our northern communities, this is also where some of the more significant snowfall totals are expected. 1 to 3, 3 to 6 here in through Clare County. As you jump over to Gladwin County, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Same thing as you cruise a little bit further to the west or further to the east into Aranac County. And then we're talking about Roscommon County 3 to 6, Ogemaw County 3 to 6, and then closer to Lake Huron about 1 inch. Further away from the lake in Iosco counties, we're talking about 1 to 3, maybe 3 to 6. So taking those numbers, just get a general idea of what your community city could get when we talk about snowfall totals. A lot of those snowfall numbers will happen now through tonight into our Thursday morning, and then we'll see that snow slowly but surely tapering off throughout the day on Thursday, just some flurries on Friday. So the majority of the accumulation we'll see will happen by sunrise on our Thursday. There's that system. You can kind of see, in a way, a little bit of a spin happening right here. You got a little bit of that snowfall wrapping back on in, and that's that meso-low, or that small low pressure system that we are watching very closely to see where it could bring some of those more significant bands of snow. So we've got it wrapping back around here, and that will enhance the snow and also allow for the snow to continue on a little bit longer, and that's going to slide into the thumb. So our communities, regions here, and I'm going to circle it, that could see more of that enhancement of snowfall and more significant snow, going to be right here through the thumb, maybe in towards Interstate 69 as that continues to wrap itself up and get a little bit stronger as well. Sherry, Owasso, probably looking at 1 to 2 inches of snowfall for you. Now, we also have the band of more significant snow, and one thing that's also happening right here with that snow squall, and I'll show you it here momentarily, is we actually have thunder snow happening with it. So that's very intense snowfall. That's going to lead to visibility near zero as this band of snow that you can see bringing some thunder snow towards Castleton, just outside of Lansing, also towards the Sunford area, Danby, Portland, right along Interstate 96. We could even have some thunder snow here, but it's this band of snow that could put down a quick 1 to 2 inches of snow in a very short period of time. That's what we're worried about to bring near zero visibility, so 0 miles of visibility, blinding snow, whiteout conditions, and also very strong winds. Some of those winds could be upwards of 45 to maybe even 50 miles per hour. So we've got some thunder snow. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this in motion, and I'm going to send this out on social media because, you know, it's not every day that you see thunder snow anywhere in the country. So pretty cool stuff that we are seeing with that wave. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this out. So if you bear with me, Jill, so what you're describing is the difference between a warning and a watch. So the warning means this is going to happen. This is what we are expecting. It is coming. It is going to bring some significant issues. And a watch means that we are predicting this to happen and we will upgrade it from there. An advisory is kind of the in-between. Not as bad as we thought, but still going to be impactful. So an advisory is kind of that in between. So Jill, you're half right, but I don't want to give any false information out. All right, so we'll get back to things momentarily, but now that that has been sent out, so we've got that band of snowfall. You can see some of the thunder snow that happened near Grand Rapids, Hastings, just outside of Saugatuck, and we even have a little bit still happening outside of Lansing. So the possibility is there that we have some thunder snow that moves into our communities, especially far southern communities, so across Interstate 69 looks to stand the best chance of that. But overall, the worst of the snow. So we have some very light snow more so light to moderate snow, I should say. That's happening outside of this band, so we're probably going to see a quick quarter to a half of an inch with that. And then we've got maybe 1 to 2 inches of snowfall that is happening right here with this band as it moves towards Mount Pleasant, Ithaca, St. John's. It's pretty much not in the area just yet, but it will be moving steadily here as it crosses through the mid-Michigan area. William, I'm not seeing any school closings just yet. I'll have to keep an eye on that, but for right now, not seeing anything coming to us, but there might be a few that close in the thumb if we get enough snow. I would say, with it only being most of us seeing 1 to 2 inches of snow, we might not get too many school closings tonight. I would say the best chance of the school closing is going to happen on the west side of the state and across northern lower Michigan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to time out this band just to give you an idea, and I need to make sure I have the information on how quickly it is moving. So it is moving. Don't have a good idea. But overall, let's see. So, moving east at 55 miles per hour. So, we'll keep it at 55. For some, it might be a little bit sooner. Well, that's not going to work. All right, let's try this again. It's going to be continuing to cruise on through. So over the next 2.5 hours, it'll be into Lansing here very, very soon. Saginaw, we'll probably see it towards the top of the hour, closer to 9 o'clock, 9 to 9:30 in Flint. And then I'm going to put this track a little bit more into the area. So let's go further to the north. So we've got our low that's spinning along pretty much right here. So let's track this out. So again, Lansing, next several minutes. Flint, 9:30. Orion in northern Oakland County, about 9:45-ish, right around there. We'll put one more track on this just to only get our communities, so we can have a few of our cities in there. So Midland, 8:38. Flint, 9:09. Grand Blanc, 9:14. Almont by 9:51. Closer to Lake Huron shoreline, probably closer to about 10 o'clock with its current movement. So over the next few hours, this is going to be overspreading the area. So be prepared for very low visibility. So if you don't have to travel anywhere this evening, would recommend not doing so. It's a good night to just stay inside and kind of pick things up for tomorrow, as the snow will be a lot better by then. So we've got our band here right now. It's cruising through US 127. We've got some light snow out ahead of it. That will be moving on into the thumb and the rest of mid-Michigan through the next couple of hours. And then here is that low. You can see it kind of spinning around here. And that's going to enhance some of the snowfall, continuing it into the overnight. And that's going to continue on meandering south and east. So this is going to re-intensify some of the snowfall after our band of snow and keep those snow chances going through the overnight. And that's what's going to allow for some of those heavier snowfall amounts to happen through the thumb and towards I-75. By 7 a.m., we're still going to see it's going to be pretty much another cold front that sinks on through, so a little bit more of that snowfall in the morning, and then we'll start to quiet on down for the afternoon. By 2 p.m., a lot of us not seeing a ton of snow, maybe a couple snow flurries, and we'll continue with that snow flurry chance for the rest of the day into our Friday. One other thing that's going to happen is very cold temperatures that's going to be settling on in. We'll see those readings down into the teens, so that's what the thermostat will show. But the wind chills, not going to be pretty. Most of us will see wind chills right in the 0 to 10 degrees above zero range, so 0 to plus 10. So very cold stuff, very significant chill that is going to be happening as we get into the overnight period and for the start of the day on our Thursday. We'll see slight improvements tomorrow, but it'll still be very windy throughout the day on Thursday, and that's what's going to lead into some of those wind chills staying very, very cold, as our gusts could be upwards of 40 miles per hour still going on as we move into our Thursday. I'm going to show you some of those wind speeds that we have coming along. Those winds will really start to intensify as that low progresses on through. So when a lot of us are sleeping, we'll see those 35 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. And while it will get slightly better into our Thursday morning, throughout the day on Thursday, 30 to 40 mile per hour winds are expected. And then by the end of the day, those winds will lighten up significantly, and we'll see less of that wind getting into our Friday morning. So we've got very significant winds through tomorrow afternoon. It'll get a little bit better as we get into tomorrow evening, and then much better on Friday. And then one thing, if you're not a fan of this snowfall, check out the 7-day forecast as we have 40s returning Sunday and Monday. Those will be the two warmest days we have, and back to maybe in some cases 10 degrees above average on Monday. As we get up to 48, all rain with that system. So any snow that develops and sticks here tonight into tomorrow will likely melt very quickly on those days. Could have a couple flurries on Friday and Saturday. Less wind, but still enough of a breeze to cause an issue. 34 Saturday, then into the 40s. Sunday, Monday will be hovering around 40 on Tuesday, then back into the 30s. Could see a small rain-snow mix as we go into our Tuesday. One last thing, I'm going to leave you with our expected snowfall, and then we will wrap it up here momentarily. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update as that band of heavy snow is moving closer and closer. So we've got the potential of 3 to 6 inches into especially Roscommon, Ogama counties, 2 to 4 as you go towards Clare and Isabella, Gladwin, into Aranac and Iosco, and then the rest of the area 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 through Midland into portions of Gratiot County. We've got Saginaw and Bay County, as well as Genesee and Shiawassee, about 1 to 2 inches of snowfall. Then 1 to 3 to 3 to 6 as you move further into the thumb for Tuscola, Sanilac, Lapeer, and Huron counties. So hopefully that gives you a better idea of how much snow you will see this evening and tonight. And of course, if you missed anything, we have all of this information on our website as well. And I'll leave it open to any comments, questions, concerns that you may have. If there isn't anything, we'll wrap it up. But overall, hopefully that better prepared you for what's to come. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for me. Stay safe. Don't travel if you don't have to. If you must. So the T in the T to 1 is a trace, so just kind of like a dusting of snow maybe a tenth to 2/10 of an inch. It's not really going to be anything that you need to shovel, but it's enough for you to notice it. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Stay safe, stay inside, don't travel if you don't have to. If you must, take your time. If it gets a little bit too dangerous and you can't see in front of you, you can always pull off to a safe spot, let the snow squall pass, and you might get some better conditions after 15 to 20 minutes. So stay safe. We'll see you guys at 10 and 11 on Fox 66 and NBC 25.